How you doing, everyone? Scott back again. I know, I'm absolutely bloody spoiling you with these videos. CD and vinyl update. Some CDs have been passed along to me by my good friend Metal Mickey. I'll get into them. I've got some, I think they're all actually from this year. Some you'll have seen because everyone's probably showed them, but I've not showed them yet, so I thought I would give you my quick opinion on them. So anyway, getting into these first CDs that Mike gave me. This all came about because I commented on Johnny Mac's video, Rock and Metal Plus. Check him out if you haven't. He was playing Virus in the background and I left a comment to say that I hadn't heard much Virus, didn't own any Virus. So Mike was good enough to give me a text and say, look, I'll pass these on, they're not really my thing. So I thought, great, I will take them, I'll give them a go, see what I think. So the first one is Pray for War from 1987. This was a hard listen, I have to say. It's really, really abrasive. It's the production value's really bad. The vocals were pretty horrific. Just not, again, it's not really my thing either, to be honest. I might pass this along. I might give it another go, but it is a hard listen. It's almost that kind of post-punk thrash that's frantic, erratic. There's no direction. It was just unmelodic, if that's even a word. But yeah, that was a hard listen. He also gave me Force Recon from 1988. This wasn't as bad. Artwork's better as well. I enjoyed this a bit better, but again, the production's better, but it's still that very raw, frantic approach to thrash, and I'm just not sure about it yet. These will get more spins, but I may pass them on. I'm sure Mike will not mind me passing these on to someone who would enjoy them. But all the same, Mike, I really appreciate you giving these CDs. But it's probably the same reasons maybe why they're not your cup of tea either. So thanks for that anyway. Next up is from this year, and it is Kreator and Hate Über Alles. This CD gets a bit of hate, but I'm not sure why. It's kind of just going along the same lines as Gods of Violence. I think people are wanting a bit more thrash from Kreator, but they've kind of taken this more melodic direction, which I don't mind at all. I quite like it. I mean, if you want a more straightforward thrash album, there's an album I'm going to show next that you'll get all that from. I mean, Millie still sounds great. He never fails to put in a good performance. Songs I'd pick off this are the title track, Crush the Tyrants, Strongest of the Strong, Conquer and Destroy, Midnight Sun, which is a duet with, what's her name? Sophia Portanet, or Portene. But I quite enjoy it. I know people are kind of wanting more thrashy Kreator, but they've kind of gone off the boil with the whole straightforward, like, crazy thrash thing. They're far more melodic, so I don't know if people were surprised they were like that. I don't know, but I think it was pretty strong. So that is Kreator. So if you want more just straightforward thrash from this year, definitely go for Destruction and Diabolical. I wasn't really that impressed with this on first listen, but after I listened to it a couple more times, it really grew on me. I actually think this is better than their last album. and I really like that. What was the last album? Born to Perish, I think it was. But yeah, I actually really enjoy this now. Under the Spell, which I think is a kind of like a wee instrumental at the start. Diabolical, the title track's great. Repent Your Sins, Hope Dies Last. State of Apathy, I think, was my favourite song on this. But I actually really enjoyed this when I was not that impressed with it on first listen. But yeah, a couple more listens, clicked in, love it. So if you're not overly impressed with Kreator, just get Destruction, easy. Next up, another change of direction. Avantasia and A Paranormal Evening with the Moonflower Society. That should be A Paranormal Evening with a Mouthful Society. So I'm quite new to Avantasia. I picked up Moonglow, which was their last release. I only picked that up maybe the start of this year, or maybe last year, and I loved it. So Avantasia is this kind of side project from Tobias Sammet of Edguy. He has this kind of, it is a solo project, but he brings in guest musicians. On this, you've got Ralph Sheepers. Sorry, they're not on the back, I'm just trying to remember. Ralph Sheepers, Fleur Jansen, Eric Martin, Ronnie Atkins, Jeff Tate, Michael Kiske. So he gets all these musicians in and does duets, and it's like a rock opera, so there's a story concept all the way through this album. I don't think it's as good as Moonglow, but still great. It's power metal. It's almost thrashy at times, really heavy metal at times. I think there was one Duff song on this, and it is Paper Plane. It was a duet with Ronnie Atkins. That was just, it was just a wet drip, that song. But the rest is pretty strong. So really recommend that if you're into that kind of thing. I know a lot of you aren't, but if you are, definitely give this a shot, because I thought it was really good. Not as good as Moonglow though. Right, on to some vinyl from this year. This one is just new in for me, and it's Savage Master and Those Who Hunt at Night. This is the first album I've heard from Savage Master. I just saw it on Amazon and it looked interesting. It's got this kind of 80s style, kind of out of focus cover, which I thought was awesome. Inside is the gatefold. Matte finish. I think the rest of these albums have a matte finish. Matte finishes are in. And this came on Red and Black Tears vinyl. Really nice. Pinwheel. So Savage Master is Stacey Savage on vocals, so it's female fronted, and what to expect from this album is early 80s straight up heavy metal. What I noticed from the first song, which I think is Hunt at Night, yeah, Hunt at Night, it's like the guitar tone of Shout at the Devil, and it's that kind of vibe as well. I'm not saying it's like Motley Crue, but it's that kind of guitar tone, it's that, it sounds like it was made in the early 80s. I don't want to say the production's tinny, but it is like a stripped down production. It's like the band are in a room with a microphone and they're just, the whole band are playing. It's like a live album without the audience, and I thought it was a really good approach to this album. Songs to check out: Hunt at Night, Reign of Tears, really good song. A Warrior's Return, Queen Satan is really good, and The Death of Time, which finishes the album, is really good as well. So there you have her there. I think it's classed as new wave of traditional heavy metal, but this sounds like the old wave of traditional heavy metal, so definitely worth a shot if that sounds up your street. I really enjoyed this. This will be getting a lot more spins. I think I've spun this about 5 or 6 times, so really enjoying that. So that is Savage Master and Those Who Hunt at Night. Really, really good. Next up, Haunt, and this is kind of matte finish as well. So this is the new album from Haunt, Windows to Your Heart. I was not impressed with this, really, when I first heard it, which I've never experienced with Haunt. Every Haunt album I've listened to, I've just thought, oh yeah, that's just like typical Haunt, basically what I wanted from the album. When I first heard this, I think it was the first couple of songs that just kind of gave me a bad vibe about the album, and it just kind of put me off, and I'd kind of get bored of it quite quickly. But I actually listened to it twice at work yesterday, because I got the download from Amazon as well, so it was on my phone, and I just had the earphones in, and I listened to it twice on the trot, and it really clicked in. I really enjoyed it. What isn't on this is they actually do a re-recording of Frozen in Time, which was on their debut. I don't know why. I don't know why it was included on the download or why it's not on this, but it doesn't sound any different. I think it's the same composition and it sounds pretty much the same. I just think it's a re-recording, but you don't get it on the vinyl. But yeah, this really did click in for me. I don't know why it didn't on the first couple, but I think it's maybe just the first couple of songs were, I don't know, just wasn't really what I expected. The songs you expect kind of come a bit later, if you know what I mean. I don't know if that makes any sense. But I think the first like typical Haunt song is the fourth song, Father Time. That's when you really get that kind of Haunt vibe, because they do have that certain sound, and I think that certain sound doesn't come till a bit later on in the album, which kind of, I don't know, kind of threw me off a little bit. But all in all, it is a really good album, so really glad I picked that up. So that's Haunt and Windows to Your Heart. And the last one I'm going to show is Enchantment and Cold Soul Embrace, another lovely matte finish, which features our very own Mark G with a C. So the story behind this, I actually pre-ordered this from Cosmic Key Creations. I just thought the day the pre-order came up, I just thought I'd just get it straight from them. I tracked it all the way to the UK and then lost it. So I waited a couple of months, nothing happened, couldn't find it, so I just had to go and buy another one. So I just went straight to the Bandcamp, which I really should have done in the first place. I don't know why I didn't. I got a different variant on this one. The one I got off from Cosmic Key was the Bone variant. So I thought I better get a different variant, just in case it turns up, I'll have two different variants. I think this is the most popular one. But really nice. This is just great packaging, really well put together. So, as you know, I'm not the biggest Death Doom fan. In fact, I'm not really a Death Doom fan at all, or I wasn't, and really until I heard this. I'm not going to like big up the album, and Mark knows me well enough that I wouldn't just sit here and just say, oh yeah, I really enjoyed it, it was brilliant, when I didn't really, because Mark knows I'm not a Death Doom fan. But when I first put this on, and obviously I'm biased, it's Mark, I put it on, I just lay on the couch and I just listened to it. I didn't do anything else, didn't sit on my phone, I didn't potter around, I just sat and listened to it. And how surprised was I when I thoroughly enjoyed it. And it makes me think, have I kind of been missing out on Death Doom? Should I really have been listening to it a lot more? Because I mean, you've got your impressions of a certain genre of music, and mine was more, it was just like guttural and slow, but it wasn't like that at all. I don't know, maybe I just had a bit of a narrow mind when it came to it, but I just thought it'd just be like really slow and guttural. But this was melodic, although it was slow and guttural in places, but it wasn't enough to go, oh, Jesus, let's just get on with it. I mean, I actually listened to it again today, and As Greed as the Eye Beholds is a great song. I think my favourite song on it is A Swan-Like Duet. That is a brilliant song. Another one is Painting Amongst the Feathers. Awesome. I mean, the guitar works amazing, the drums, great, the vocals, guttural, and then it goes into these kind of spoken word passages that kind of fade into each other. Is amazing. The album does tell a story. You know what I mean? It flows really well, and the album can breathe. Like I always kind of thought like Death Doom, or maybe I mean I've not never heard Death Doom, and I always thought it was maybe quite claustrophobic, but this is like got room to breathe. It's, you know, it just kind of, it's like everything's spread out and in its right place. So awesome. This is getting a lot more spins, and I need to actually check out some more Death Doom. So if you've got any suggestions out there that's kind of like this, because this is kind of where I'm at, this is what I've got everything to compare it to. So Death Doom better not be shit, because this is really good. But like I say, I'm not going to sit and just big up Mark and the boys for doing a great album when I didn't think it was good. I thought it was really good, and might have kind of opened my eyes to a different kind of subgenre of metal. So thank you very much. It was a great album, and yeah, I look forward to kind of like hearing more stuff like this, because that really kind of has opened my eyes. Yeah, just absolutely awesome. And give me some suggestions. What is out there that's like this? So there we go. That is my update. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll see you guys very soon. Cheers.